All right. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Let's see what we've got today. Good morning from sunny Arizona. All right, let's hop on to the pathing. All right, so let's start with the 4-hour. Good morning to everyone. We've been talking about this ascending channel from going 2 weeks back, even to the prior contract. We broke right into it yesterday. Yesterday was that play that we were watching, breaking into the channel and now continuing. Bull rally in effect, all-time high close yesterday, and bulls on parade for sure. So as far as today's concerned, we're watching for another gap up. Gap rules are in effect. Yesterday we had a gap and go. Today, what I'm watching for is a lockout rally. So right now, bears are being punished. Anybody, all your big whales, your retail players that are shorting this or have shorted based on news and held and our swing trading, we got a lot of bears in the red swing trading, right? This is what you have to be careful for, is the lockout rally. So going back to what was it, the 22nd, that was Sunday, right? We had nothing but a bulls in effect positioning with very minimal pullback. So right now, you're already about 1,000 points. Even if we take this pullback here, you're about 758. That's 5. Still 800 points. So full lockout rally. If you go back to Monday, what was Monday? 23rd. Very little relief for the bears, right? And this is what I'm watching. Based on the breakout from yesterday, are the bears going to get any relief? Are your swing traders in short positions going to get any relief on this, or the lockout rally starts? The rally already started, right? It goes back here. The news is going to start picking it up because now we're in this 4-hour channel on the higher time frames and we're continuing to the upside. I'm going to make this a little lighter. Already pretty light, huh? Okay, let's keep it right there. Right there, it's good. Okay, so this is what we were watching yesterday. It was kind of what I was trying to play, the breakout to the upside. I was honestly looking for more points with the price action, captured 30 on that long, 30 points here. So those have been the trades so far this week. Let's see what we have today. So that's your 1 hour. Let's hop on to the 15-minute. So we have this extended range again from the overnight range, right? We had this extended range yesterday coming into the open. We have an extended range coming into today's open. So the question for today in terms of pathing, clearly bulls are in control. We got to be aware of that. Where are we going to look for a long? Gap rules are in effect. Will we get a pullback? Full gap close? Will we test at least yesterday's previous day high? We got a couple of levels in terms of a pullback to look for the long, but this has been extended. This is pretty extended consolidation. We pushed out. In other words, we already broke out overnight from that session. So, a decent pullback could be in play. The problem with thinking that way is the lockout rally. The lockout rally, it will not give a significant pullback for the bears to get some type of relief and get out of short positions, either break even or minimal losses. So that's what we have to be aware of. So I think in terms of resistance up here, if we get the gap and go, probably around 550 is where I'm watching for initial resistance. you know, maybe a short opportunity here back to the overnight high, to the test. It all depends on the movements, right? Gap rules are in effect. We had gap rules in effect yesterday, and we never even came close to testing the previous day low. So there's a lot of trap bears down there. If the bulls are gonna do it the way they love to do this, and it becomes a lockout rally, in other words, just pushing up, grinding up, and you know, pushing these shorts out, then we'll see another push up. The question is how much pullback. Yesterday, bears got punished. Anybody trying to short yesterday was punished pretty badly, right? You weren't getting any significant pullbacks. I think there was one play right after this exit yesterday that I had. You had a pullback. I watched that. I was like, all right, it did take the pullback and then finally gave the move up. So I was okay with my out. I was not going to sit for another hour to capture another 30 points. I kind of chuckled as I was watching on TradingView from the pool. So that's the pathing for today. That's what we're watching. If we're going to get the gap and go, I'm watching at this 550 area up here, right? You got pivot point. That's your next. Now, if we break through that, then bulls have very minimal resistance up there. You got 700 all the way up there, probably next stop. But it'll be interesting. Although the bulls are in control, it's finding a position with minimal drawdown to capture longs. How am I doing on time? 6:20. Okay. So if we look at the overall breakout, right? That's your breakout ascending channel, and it's been playing out. No surprise there. You had a lengthy hours of consolidation in a 50-point range overnight. You know, you had basically this. Then you had the tightening, right? The breakout, the pull back into the tightening to test that, and then breakout, right? Tight, very tight. So I think there's room for a pullback. In other words, there's room for the short. It's how do we capture that short with minimal drawdown? In other words, how high are we going to push up on the open? Or are we just going to cliff here and then make some decisions on a momentum trade to the downside, wait for the pullback to play out, and then potentially look at longs down here, right? So we got a couple of paths. The trick here is capturing the right timing, right? I think we're in for a pullback. If it's a true lockout rally, forget it. We're not. We're just going to play around in this channel and then break out to the upside. And that's going to be brutal pain for the bears, but it does look like we're fading up here. We're seeing some tapering of this ascending channel. Good morning to everyone. If you're new to the stream, I stream from Arizona, 3 hours behind New York Eastern. That's why my times are 3 hours behind. I'm not streaming from the past. This is live from Arizona. So I think we have the pathing. Ideally, and this is what I was waiting for yesterday, is the gap fill reversal, right? We come back down. We either full gap fill or attempt to fill the gap and then play the bounce. We didn't get that yesterday, so yesterday's trading was based on the break of the overnight high, which coincided with that 15-minute opening range. And that's the trade you saw me yesterday. Waited a while to finally take yesterday's trade, but it's similar thought process for today, right? Break of overnight high, the test, get in, and all that good stuff. Actually, overnight high was here. We flushed down, and you saw that touch of the 200. That's where I got excited with that big bounce, entered and captured that long. So we are bull biased. We can't just hop on a long just for the hell of it. We got to try to find either a pullback with a strong push up or momentum like we saw yesterday. Although I play levels, I will always make decisions based on price action. Yesterday we had that nice momentum candle indicating, okay, this is the flush, this is the fake out to the downside, and let's move this up. I was looking for stronger movements up, but it was a grind. The bulls pushed it up yesterday. Look at this grind. So do I expect any fast Big movements today? No, it's going to be a grind and it's going to be adjusting. Now we might get some hard, we might get out of this slow market and start seeing some push, and we got to adapt. Patience. 10 a.m. We do have some news, right? We have new home sales. Is that what I saw earlier today? We got Powell testifying against, and we have new home sales numbers at 10 a.m. Sorry, I say 7 a.m., but I am in Arizona. So 10 a.m. Eastern, new home sales, and Powell testifying again, day 2. Actually, what time is it? Let me set an alarm for 55. So that would be 30 minutes from now, all right? So let's do that one. And let's do a second timer for the 50-minute opening range. So I want to be out 10 plus 5, 20 minutes from now. I get, as you guys have noticed, I'm a yapper. My prior career depended on me being a yapper, so I tend to talk a lot. All right, so we've got the pathing, we got some ideas. Again, this 4-hour higher time frame breakout is playing. We talked about, the Middle East conflict bringing us out. Yesterday we saw the breakout into this channel, and we have some unlimited numbers up here. Initially, I'm looking at that 550 level as potential initial resistance. If we push right through that, it's a gap and go, and you're possibly looking at 600, 700 today. If it's a grind up, it'll be one of those days that you just have to adapt. I've been working on adapting. Yesterday, I held a trade for almost an hour, and it paid off. There was more to it, but you have to be very patient and hold for that. Super Earthman, welcome back to the stream. Yeah, let's see if we can get one trade. I'd like to get one trade. That's 1 to 3 trades during the open first hour. Assuming I have losses, let's try to keep it at 3 trades. Let's try to accept the loss. Losses are a part of this, but if I can get it done with 1 or 2 trades, hey, done deal. So I think I have a plan in terms of the pathing. This 200 SMA, obviously below price action. For now, it's providing the support to the push up. We're right around the 20 and the 9 EMA, so that tells me where the play is fading. In other words, to the upside. Potential short right at, or flush right at the open. But no need to jump into ideas or think it's going to flush. Let's watch the price action. Let's see what the charts give us. Sure, bull bias, but there's still some juicy shorts in the intraday that can play out today. If this is day 2 of a gap and go, then the bulls have a lockout rally, and let's say I miss a short, I try to short the 550 area, and that becomes, I have to quickly change to bull bias and find some type of pullback to participate. Lockout rally, they do it all the time. Very minimal pullbacks and punishing, just squeezing all that short activity into the Middle East that's still down there, or even into Sunday, Monday lows. Lockout rallies are brutal. I've paid the price in lockout rallies in the past. I remember last year when I was a newbie with my personal account, trying to hold through a lockout rally. That was a brutal lesson. You will not get that pullback. You will not get that relief rally. It is not coming back to break even, at least not for a couple weeks or a couple days. If this is what's in effect, then you got to be aware of that. Any bears in the red right now are looking for some type of relief to the downside. When I say relief, you're looking at least 500 points before some break-even short positions. So the bulls are in control right now. They don't want that. They want to squeeze those positions out even further. And that's what we're watching for today. How far of a pullback? All right, 1 minute. I gotta set an alarm for 6:29. That's my stop yapping alarm. But again, my prior career depended on me yapping. I was in a room quiet. That would be a problem. And if the room was quiet, I had to find conversation and build conversation pretty quickly. All right, 15 seconds. We have a plan. We have some path. It could all go downhill. Key is timing. Can we get lucky on the timing today? It's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's how much drawdown are you going to take? All right. Here we go. Casino's open. All right, we have 10 o'clock news, so maybe, uneventful. See how we do testing the top of that channel up here. Like I said, I'm watching 550. Okay, nice little push up. Give it a little more of a push up. Okay, fading. How far did we get up? Maybe I was a little too aggressive. I was looking for 550. Let's see what we get up there. There's a second push. Pushing above the prior candle. Second attempt. The high of that channel holding. Nine EMA, not curling too quickly yet. But the bulls are not giving up that position either yet. They're holding up there. They're holding the top of that channel. Can we break above? Okay, this is where, you got that pivot point up there at 550. We'll have to watch for a aggressive pop above the pivot point or a rejection at pivot point. And then, okay, so it's struggling up there, but it could also be trapping. $20-point range or 20-point consolidation up there. Still not interested in either direction. It's holding that channel. No reason to Let's watch how far this pullback goes. Remember, gap rules are in effect. So we're watching for the failure of the overnight high and test of yesterday's close. If we don't fail at the overnight high, then we have a gap and go, and then we'll have to figure out positioning for a long. Overnight high is not failed, so there's no reason to be short biased yet. And let me adjust overnight high. See, you guys got to catch me in these mistakes. Overnight high is up here, right? I didn't adjust it while I was yapping away. Okay, so now overnight high is set up correctly. We need a failure overnight high for gap rules to be in effect. So far, we're playing this consolidation zone that I'm not interested. This is the chop, right? We have 10 a.m. news, so we can have another repeat of yesterday of chop with, let's identify the chop. It's really the 15-minute opening range so far. I would say this is your true chop right now. Anything below this that I'm watching for. But it's tight, it's forgiving. No matter where you entered after the long, you're not seriously in the red, and you can adjust your positioning. So bulls are holding up here, right? Bears, sure, they've had a couple of moves down, but nothing. Bears at this point need a relief rally. We're not seeing that. In other words, we're not seeing a flush or a continuation. If this hour's long consolidation that we had in the overnight over here is what the bulls needed to push this up, then we got a gap and go. The bulls want that lockout rally. Lockout rallies are painful for swing traders. When I say swing traders, holding positions overnight on futures. I learned my lesson last year with a brutal lockout rally in a short. You just will not get relief. All right, so we're breaking out here. See how, ooh, that's strength. That's strength to the upside. Did we touch, what did we get up to? 538. Still haven't touched pivot point up there. Super Earthman is done. Nicely done, brother. Sorry if I ignore you guys in the chat. Just focused on price action here, so I'll try to read every now and then. Not being rude to you guys, just trying to make decisions here. All right, so bulls are holding this, right? They're not. Bears have not been able to flush this. Now it makes it tricky for the long. entry. But if it's a gap and go, similar to yesterday, don't think about it. Just hop on along and you'll be fine. Even if he takes a drawdown. Let's see. The market is counting on it can't go any higher. It can't go any higher without a pullback sentiment. And the market will punish and say, yes, we can go higher without a pullback. Clearly moving to the upside, grinding its way up, but moving up for sure. Now for me to participate, I got to see what happens at the pivot point around 550, and realize that gold's got a lot of momentum. Trying to short this can be dangerous. Did not touch pivot point, waiting for pivot point. And at that point, with 10 a.m. news, probably gonna have to wait again after the 10 a.m. news. So where was the open? 630. We opened at right around 500. We're up 40 points. Bulls pushing it up. Stair stepping. They're having their day stair stepping it again. So we didn't hit the 550 that I was looking for. We came up to 545. I was looking for 550 entry. If we push up to 550 now, I gotta watch price action up there. We'll either reject or we'll have a pop above that pivot point. At that point, I'm still hands off. Three minutes for the first 15-minute candle. First 15-minute candle, juicy green. About 40 points above open. All right, NQ continuing to push. Probably going to get a pop here above that 550 level, which is the pivot point. if we continue, and probably going to wait till after 10 a.m. news. Shaping up to be a lockout rally. Slow grind up. Bears looking for some type of relief and just not happening. And all right, we're hitting pivot point here. Now the question is, usually we'll see that pop above. And then because of this price action, how do I participate in a long or look for some type of pullback here? With this slow price action. Slow, but with direction. All right, that's my warning for the 15-minute opening range. We got about 15 seconds for the first 15-minute candle. Now we have a range. So far, the middle of this buying channel has been to support. All right, we go up, we come back down and test, go up, back down and test. Oh, my Streamlabs thing is finally working. Thing's been on for months and never goes on. Okay, here we go, continuing to push. We have pivot point at 550 area. Pivot point doesn't mean it's going to take an immediate rejection. If the bulls are going to grind this, you'll see a possible pop above it and then slow push to the upside. Yeah, man, I got some sun yesterday. Hung out with the kids, the pool, all that good stuff. It's the advantage of living in the desert, Arizona, summer all year. January, February, we still have 80-degree weather with the lows of 50, 60 Fahrenheit. I mean, nothing impressive. I mean, if you longed at the open, still in a grind, 40 points up. All right, first attempt to test the 20. So we got close, 549. I was waiting for something around 550. Probably missed that short entry there. Bottom of the channel, we're testing the 20. If the bulls are going to continue their push up, then they're not going to allow a flush. If the market needs a little bit of a stronger pullback, then we need to flush. And if that's all we're getting in terms of pullbacks today, then I'll have to adjust. At this point, I might as well wait for 10 a.m. news. Short, I was hoping for a 550, 555 pop. That was the short area I was looking for. We only got 549 or 5 something. Is what it is. We got into this tapering buying channel. We're in the we've come back into the overnight channel, right? And we're testing the top. We come back down, and then overnight high. We'll have to see if overnight high holds. But the short I was looking for, I was looking for 550, 555 entry. And it just played out 3 points below me, so it is what it is. It's not always perfect. Yeah, we came up to 549. Bummer. 548. I was looking for 550, 555, somewhere around here to short it. Gotta let it go, gotta reset the mind and look for the next setup. No trades, still flat, buddy. All right, here comes the test of overnight high. If we're going to go for a gap fill, then we'll see a flush. All right, here comes the test of the 200. VWAP down at 470, 490 area. News in 10 minutes. Yeah, this was a short. Like I said, I was watching for 550, 555, and missed that entry. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't. Let it go, reset, and look for the next setup. Now we're looking at 200 SMA on a 5-minute and VWAP in that 470, 480 area. How much time do I have for the news? 7 minutes. It's another V recovery here. That'll be funny. drop 50 points and we'll go back up 50 points. I mean, we've done 100 points, so there's no reason why I won't. But let's be patient. Let's try to map out this descending channel now. We're going to continue to the downside. You'll see some up and down, right? Up and down action. We'll adjust that as we go. If we break out, then no selling channel forming. We do respect and come back down, then we got some downside. Question is, where do I want to participate? All right, that's my alarm. 5 minutes for 10 a.m. news. So let's take it easy. Let's relax. We're in a 50-point opening range. Any position. If you were in the red, you're not in severe red. You're in the green, you got some decent green. So nothing crazy yet. We're in a 50-point, 50-minute opening range. So we did not break below, well, we are attempting to break below overnight high. This is what the bears are looking for, is to push to get some type of relief. To the downside. Bulls, if they're going to do a lockout rally, will not allow it. All right, so we got, looks like we're looking for a V recovery here. Attempted to flush below overnight high, did not work. Either way, it's a 50-point range. 55. All right, so now we're looking for, will these moving averages, 20 SMA, now start provide resistance? If we don't establish a lower high, then I can't participate just yet. If we come right back up, then it's a V recovery and back to looking for a setup. Give me 1 second, guys. 2 minutes for 10 a.m. news. Let's see if that's the catalyst for anything. All right, if we don't come back to current session high, then you know, we may be flipping to a push down. If we pop here, then now I got to look at a 15-minute opening range breakout at a pivot point. Ugh. Risky. King Caesar's in the house. King Caesar's in a short. King Caesar is playing this as the lower high from the session high and continuation to the downside. Resistance at the 20, possible flush down to the 200. I like that. All right, 10 a.m. news, right? Let's see what we get here. Uneventful, I guess, right? It is 10 a.m. news. I'm not... Yeah, 10 a.m. news. Home sales below expectations and below previous numbers. And gone nowhere. NQ again back to where we opened. So regardless if you longed or shorted today, you either got some green or you're trying to get out at break even. It's been forgiving, just not strong movements. But that doesn't mean there hasn't been plays. It's just accepting what we've got. All right, so news, 10 a.m. news, uneventful. Doesn't mean we'll get a pop out of nowhere. Now I gotta get into scalp mode. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, so we're establishing then. Let's adjust. If we are established or have established now the overall channel, selling channel, All right, let me remove this 4 hour. There we go. All right, then we can flush down to VWAP 480. Somewhere around here, you got the 200 SMA on both the 5-minute and the 1-minute. If we flush below that, I'll have to take a 20-point stop. Oh, nice short, brother. So for now, 2 holds of the 200 SMA. As I said earlier, providing the support. No flush yet below it. I was looking for maybe a 470, 480 flush. Maybe a VWAP bounce. But didn't get that either. We tested the bottom of that 15-minute opening range and no breakout to the downside, just basically a bounce. Tight 50-point range, crazy. Scalpers paradise here again. And again, even if you had a bad entry, the market's giving you chances to get out. All right, so let's see what happens at this 500 level. Bears want to push below 500. See how far this next push to the downside goes. Unable to flush below the 15-minute opening range. And go nowhere. Just tight little levels, you know, definitely some scalping opportunity here. The market is giving plays. Just gotta ride those waves. All right, we're looking at a little bit of basing here, using that 15-minute opening range, unable to flush below the 200. So I think the bulls are building a little bit of upside here, but let's see what happens at the top of this selling channel if they're able to push back into the overnight channel and continue their way up. The last 15-minute candles look choppy as hell. Mo is in his short. And if we're just continuing this channel, then, you know, you got a short entry there. Looks like bears are taking control now. Bears, if they want to do this, they're going to push the previous day high, which is 450 area, which would mean a flush below 200. And at that point, bulls need to bounce it, or it's just going to be a downside day. Bulls not giving up 500. And if they don't give up 500, then potential gap and go plays. All right, we're hovering at the break of the 15-minute opening range to the downside. There's the first break. Will the 200 hold, or are we in for further downside? That touched the VWAP as well at 480. With a 10-point bounce. Not impressive, not the momentum I'm looking for in a bounce, at least not yet. But with price action this low and ATR this low, that could be a momentum indicator. I think there's more downside. VWAP did not give a strong bounce. You're technically breaking down below the 200 now. $200 SMA is holding. Barely. VWAP did get touched on that wick at 480, and we saw a quick reaction to the upside, but it was not. I mean, I get it, ATR is low, and 10-point bounces is probably the indicator at this point, but not an impressive bounce off of VWAP. But I think bears are building the selling pressure to the downside here. If we flush below VWAP, how far are we going? All right, bears are building their flush below the 15-minute opening range. VWAP now getting, now we're below VWAP. See how far this flush goes. May attempt a bounce. If the bounce fails, then I'm going to have to find a short position. How far are you gonna go, nasty NASDAQ? 450 stop. Okay, so maybe if we test this, and I'll give myself a 20-point stop. We got to test this again. If the bounce happens here, then it is what it is. Looks like we're going to get another leg to the downside, probably a nice flush to this area. You guys are all, from what I'm reading, you guys are all killing it with these scalps. Nicely done. Steve Paul, welcome to the stream. Sorry if I've missed some of your comments. I'm literally glued to the chart. So, Steve Paul, respect you is why I'm sharing a different YouTuber just commenting on my comment from 10 minutes ago. Sorry, brother. Let's see if I can find your comment. Nice head fake 3 minutes ago. Allow me to short again, not getting faked out. All right, let's see what happens here. We're at a pivot point. You got VWAP. You got several moving averages attempting to build some support. It's a nice bounce from VWAP. $20 points right now from this low. But still in the selling channel. And now we are holding below overnight high. So looks like there's further downside to this. Pivot point and VWAP. Trying to hold. But not an impressive bounce in any way at this level. So it's going to be a gradual sell-off in this selling channel. Peter Chan, you got your 7 points. Nicely done. And we're about 10 points below open, right? Scalper's Paradise again. I mean, regardless of you're trying to hold for a bigger play, it's been lenient. And scalpers today killed it again. Let's see what happens here. If the bears are going to continue this push down, then we'll have a gradual sell-off respecting this channel. And then I got to decide if I want to get into scalp mode. Respecting the selling channel. That was a 30 point scalp possibility there with the entry here. If I had entered for 30 points. Ugh. Stop above the 5. So looking at 1-to-1 trades at the most right now. Ugh. I mean, nothing wrong with scalping, but you're looking at 1-to-1 trades. And the longer I stay out of trades, the less price action. Let's see. All right, here's a flush. Targeting previous day high here. Will we get a touchdown here? And we get this touch. Nope. Ooh, that was a 20-point wick. Ooh. We're gonna get out of this channel now. Ooh. We still got to get out of the channel though. It's just wicking within the channel, then that's fine. That's expected price action. But if that is the breakout, VWAP holding, breakout above the 200, then we're back into the 50-minute opening range and possible recovery there. If it flushes back down, then nasty price action. Expected, but still nasty. Bulls now attempting to push this back up above 500. Bears will hold this channel and push it down. We're going to break out, then I'm watching for no breakup. Okay. 90 MA is curling up and starting to provide the bounce, right? 1, 2, 3. All right, we've been touching the 9, and the 9 is holding. We got all 3 moving averages right there. 200. Now we're attempting to push above 200. VWAP. Ooh, ooh. Okay. No bounce, respecting the channel. All right. And here comes that flush. There's a little bit of basing here. Let's see what happens with this pullback. They're going to continue to flush or building support. How much are these candles right now? These are 93, about 10, 15 point candles. I've got to give myself 30-point drawdown minimum. If we're getting out of that selling channel, then we're now entering this buying channel. And if we break out, there's the breakout. Ooh. How much of a stop would I have to give this play? 30-point stop. Attempting to flush. 20. Moving average is now holding. All right. The breakout is starting to look juicy. Unable to flush below. There we go. Give it a little flush. Come back down here. Come on. Come on. Nine is holding. Grinding, putting me to sleep here. All right, I think I got a little too greedy on this pushback, on the pullback here. I wanted it somewhere here, and I don't think I'm going to get it. We are pushing up in this ascending channel, but I think I missed my entry. Bummer. Look at that 5-minute chart. Wiki. It's like scalp the range, scalp the range. Nine EMA is holding each bounce. You guys are killing it with these scalps, huh? I'm not watching the chat, but I can see now. Out, in, out. Nice. Hey, today is the day to scalps, King Caesar. Nothing to be shy about. Today's a scalp day so far, so nicely done. Tight little range. Scalper's paradise here. Scalp in this range. Oh boy, falling asleep here. We're once again back to where we opened. Where did we open? 499.50. Oh God. No, it's not even trading big. I'm not even interested in trading big. I'm just trying to find some directional move, but not seeing it. I missed the 450, the 550 short, which missed it by 2 points. Probably was a little too aggressive on that. Talked about this 550 short. And this is ride that long or play the buy the lows, sell the tops. You can play that range until we break out. This could be a grind to the upside, and don't worry about your entry. Just ride this long for the rest of the day. Oh boy. This was a 507, 15-point buying channel. You're scalping for 7 to 10 points up and down. Or holding that long on this grind up. All right, let me start watching for the middle of this ascending channel. Let me bring in the parallel. Looks like that midpoint is holding as the support. Yep. So if I had played the breakout, I'd be 10 points above the breakout of the selling channel. Oh boy. 10 minutes after break out of this selling channel. It'll be another hold your long for an hour and you'll get 30, 50 points, but it's going to be a long hold. Here's the break. I'll be right back, guys. All right, there he goes. Looks like I missed all the moves. You guys are killing it today. For some reason, I'm not firing up. You guys are nailing all these scalps, but nothing's triggering me. Maybe I didn't get some sleep. Maybe I didn't get enough sleep today. Maybe one of those days that I don't take a trade. Oh. 12 points above the open. Got nowhere. Scalpy, scalpy, scalpy. It's a nice little fake out. You got caught up there, hoping for the break. So clearly, you're scalping 10 points and not getting greedy. But even if you do get greedy, you'll get the 10 points up on the next move or a couple moves up and down. That is true. Today's scalping has been very forgiving. You got chances to get out, break even, some profit. I mean, listen, we're in a 50-point range, so how much in the red can you be? Ooh. 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 Is that the final stop out for some longs, and now we get the push up? Is that the fake out to the downside? Finally, the stop hunt run? Or do we got continuation from here? So bulls stair-stepped it. Bears elevated it. Elevator down. All right, now we're attempting to go back to test VWAP. That's some strong price action there. If it's a stop hunt run, then we're finally going to get out and get some juicy movements. Respected the channel. Nothing to go crazy about. It's still price action within a channel. So that is the first. No, that's the second. No, that's the first touch of the 200 SMA after we pushed up. First touch or flush did not hold. So I think we got more downside here. Then the question is, VWAP going to hold at 480? Looks like I didn't get enough sleep, guys. I'm just not getting triggered. I don't know what's going on. You guys are killing it. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing today, that I'm not getting triggered. So we just come into the bottom of the channel, then we'll get the flush right back up, push right back up. Ooh, okay, okay. Okay, now they're starting to show their presence. Testing VWAP. VWAP failing. Now we got some momentum. Now we got a 15-minute opening range breakout possibility to the downside. And nope. That's some strong selling pressure. That's 40 points in 3 candles, 4 candles. No continuation on that flush. And we're once again 10 points below the open. Unbelievable. Maybe I need more coffee. All right, let me do a quick coffee run. I'll be right back. Not getting triggered, I don't know. I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back. Got some more. Got some more coffee. You got you got the stream full of scalpers today. King Caesar killing it, Muhammad killing it, Peter Chan killing it. That other JC, I'm sure you're killing it today. Hey, the good thing, King Caesar, is you got some nice shorts. You've been calling them too. I mean, not shorts, plays in general. Scalps. All right, so looks like we got a range day. Going back and forth on this. Me, I'm in a brain freeze, not getting triggered. And at this point, if I want to participate, I'll probably turn the copier trader off and get into some nasty scalping. All right, congratulations. We are back to the open. I gotta get some of you guys. I gotta start bringing you guys in on stream one of these days. So it's not just me making. Some of you have some very good, as I've been watching, some very good scalping techniques. You know, when I get into brain freeze, some of you can be on live as well with me and make your calls. King Caesar, he's in with 15 micros. $20 micros short. Playing a rejection of the moving averages here. I like it. We're back to 499 was the open. We're right back there. We dropped 40 points below the open, 40 points above. And yeah, I'm down for that. I gotta learn how to do. I think it's through Zoom. JC, the other JC, you have experience with that. Maybe we can go over how to bring other people into the stream. Maybe we'll do some rotating of the community. Why not? We're all traders. We'll have everyone explain their entries, their exits, whether they're scalps, whether they're long plays, and do some community sessions. So I'm 100% for that. It'll be fun. When I get into these brain fart moments, I'll hop on your trades. This price action. Looks like I'm going to have to really adjust this price action. Lemonhead, yeah, man. I'm like I got brain freeze here. It's going to take time to adjust to this price action. It's going to take time. And again, it's not that the market's not giving opportunities. It clearly has. Just got to adjust your targets. 10 points, 7 points is okay. Or ride these levels for 20, 30 points over close to an hour. But I am glad that you guys are in the green. You guys are killing it. That's good. That's what matters. Green. And I'm just stuck. That was a nice short, Mr. King Caesar. Nicely done. $10 points in the green. Nice. So we're about to test session lows. Nice call, King Caesar. Very nice call. $10-point bounce there. NQ looking for some more punishment to the downside right here. And session low holds for now. How many ticks below this previous? 4 points below. I'm glad you guys are killing it. I'm in brain freeze here. I'm gonna have to start bringing you guys on live. But yeah, I gotta look into that. Mo, nicely done, brother. Nicely done. All right, we got further downside here. Let's see if this is the big move. We just flushed below. We're testing the lows from today's session. Oh, boy. Previous day high holding. Now if we flush below this level, we're going down, down. 400 next. Means we'd be going for the gap fill, which is about 50 points, 60 points below me right now, 50 points below. So if it's going for the gap fill, testing this session low again. NQ wanted more downside. NQ pushing to the downside. She's pushing. You guys are milking it with green, and I'm watching. I'm just watching today. That was a nice call, King Caesar, that short. I think you said around the 500. That played out nicely. So bears stair-stepping it today down. Bears pushing. I think I've missed every play today. Look like a flush in formation. A little flush down here. Well, it's clear that I got some adapting to do to this price action. You guys are the winners today. All right, let's see how far we're going to go down on this. Approaching the high of the consolidation. 5-point push. And I'm stuck in no trade zone. While you guys are killing it with the green, I'm just watching. All right. Maybe it's time to accept that I'm not in it today. Looks like I'm just not tuned into it, this price action. I got some adapting to do. I mean, there's been clear plays, but I, for whatever reason, have not hopped on. So we're approaching lunch hour, and I probably missed all the plays at this point. All right, let's see if we flush down to that 410 area, close the gap. Well, if you're entertained with my lack of trades, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe button, help me out with the YouTube algo. maybe the algo will wake me up. I'll do New York session 9:15 a.m. Eastern every day. Hopefully a little more exciting trades on my side, but today was just one of those days that either I didn't sleep, not feeling it. But there were clear opportunities that I missed that I'll have to journal and go back and take a look at another time. It's hinting at that flush. I mean, at this point it's going to have to do a gap fill down to 410. I don't see why not if he came this far down. Lemonhead, I don't know if it's self-control or lost in translation. I don't know. Just not getting triggered. But it's probably also adapting to this price action. I had a difficult time yesterday entering a trade too. I'm waiting for that flush, the reversal, right? The gap fill reversal around 410. And at that point, if we flush, then the bears want some relief from this rally for the last 2 days. I mean, it's a red day, no matter how you look at it. Hard to even think of a bounce. It's just been a grind down, which has been making it very difficult for my style to read or to participate. But clear channels have played out. If you play them and you stick to it, you've gotten green. So if we don't flush down to 410 and this is the bounce area, then another missed one. Hoping for the gap fill down here. But if this builds the bounce, then another one I gotta let go. It's not at the levels that I have. And let's see what else we got. So we tested yesterday's high and bounced. That was actually very similar to yesterday's way. We came all the way down to test previous day high and we bounced. 10 point bounce though. Yeah, I'm just not hitting. I had a 450 level that didn't get hit, and that was a beautiful short of the day. I have 410 down here, and looks like we're not going to get that, so I'm definitely not hopping on a FOMO long there. Could play out, but it's not based on the levels that I was looking for today. And it is what it is. I got to accept that I missed the short by 2 points. I was looking at 450, 455 entry there. And I was looking for around 410 for the gap fill reversal, and nothing burger. But it looks like that's the bounce that I was watching for this level. What are you at? A 20-point bounce at this point? Nice clean push above the 20 SMA. Do, 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 do. And now we'll probably see a grind to the upside. And I'm still lost in brain freeze. Yeah, I think this was the dip buy right there. All right, so let's take a look at what happens with this bounce. Testing the 9, providing that support to the push up. And you got your bounce. All right, now we come back and test the top of this channel. But we're in an overall larger channel from the downside from the beginning, from this top up here, right? You could look at this channel right here that's been playing out. I have it drawn on this screen. I'll draw it later. Let's see what we got here. All right, you're going to come back and test previous day high. Bears want to flush that to go for their gap fill. Bulls want to hold that. All right, I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm back. Ooh. Was that finally the flush for the move up? It's these 10-point bounces that just don't trigger me. I want that boost. 20, 30, 40 points. All right, so we're grinding to the downside. Let's see if we're going to get any continuation for it. Was that the, well, it attempted to do the gap fill. It came back right into this channel. Trying to use the top of that channel for support to break out again. We're at the bottom of the overall session channel. So decision. Lemon, you took a 80-point short. Look at you, man. Nice. Nicely done. $80 points. That's solid. And Q, not allowing these bounces to happen. Slowly grinding down. All right, I'm going to call it pretty soon. Just not in sync today. It happens. King Caesar. Going in for more. Well, today I have been out of sync. Maybe not enough sleep. Whatever it is, missed them all. Tempting to flush test these levels again. Here we go. Maybe the flush down to the gap fill. Otherwise, this level holds. It's just not one of my levels. And the bounce happens here. God damn it. Either way, clearly I'm not in sync today, and it happens. So 2 hours and a half and no trades yet. If you're new to the stream and you're enjoying my lack of trades today, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe button. I trade from Arizona, 3 hours behind New York Eastern. Pretty close to calling it a day today. Today was clearly scalper's paradise. You had a couple of nice short opportunities that you had to hold. You had this one and you had this one, and that's part of the overall range. I haven't drawn that range, but that's a clear selling channel playing out. It's on my other chart. Nice, Lemonade. I'm in the Chandler area. Got a couple of Arizonians now joining the stream. They hop on and off. We have to do a little Arizona futures traders get together soon. Well, this price action got me today. Gonna have to adapt. Because I'm staring at it like a deer in headlights right now. Well, I hope this is not the entire summer. This is summer trading, and all your Wall Street whales are in the Hamptons for the summer. It'll be tough. But again, there were plays today. I just think I'm either not in sync or just off, having an off day. There were clearly plays throughout the morning. I just didn't capture them. Continuing to push down. Basically, today was capture a top and short it. Pretty basic elementary, but I was not able to capture any. Yeah, let's see how far down we go today. But what is it, 9 a.m. lunch hour in New York? It's going to get even slower. Think I got to accept that I missed it all today. All right, Lemonhead. Take care, man. Thanks for joining the stream. Glad you got some nice screen. 80 points. That's no joke, buddy. I think the longs have a chance here. Yep. Hey, 80 points is no joke, buddy. Especially with this chop. You rode this channel pretty nicely. Caesar, I think you're on the right track. I think that is the long play. Build your position, and you can capture 50 points to the upside over an hour or two. I agree with you. I just don't have the patience. But clear bears were not able to push below previous day high, and the bulls take it back up from here. Joe M, yeah, man, you think? I've been looking at the screen all morning, scratching my head why I'm not triggered. But the plays have been there. It's just you got to adapt to longer holds or scalp 10 points, 7 to 10 points here and there all day or all morning. This one, I kind of bite my tongue because I did talk about that 450, 455 level. Didn't get there. Do I need to be that aggressive or that perfect? Maybe hopped on to short as soon as we saw the break below the 9. And this is all hindsight, right? This short, I missed completely. But there's been plays throughout the day. It's not the market. It's me. Clearly me. It missed my level up there. I was hoping for a 410 touch or that 400 area for a reversal long. Didn't get that either. So my levels haven't hit or didn't hit today. And I think sticking to the plan, I guess I could give myself a little bit of credit, even though I missed some nice plays. But it is what it is. Clearly not the market. It's me. Just couldn't find something to trigger me. Maybe I'll have to adapt more to this price action or not trade it when I see it. We shall see how long this drags. But yeah, I mean, now we're approaching lunchtime. Now we're in for some even slower movements. Caesar, man, I love you, bro. I love him. He's just in and out, scaling, murdering NQ with his scalps. Love it. I'm glad you're having some green, brother. At any rate, I will probably have to call the stream pretty soon. And take a break, either for the day or for a couple hours. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Well, I just haven't hit. It didn't hit any of my levels. Although I will accept this was a brain fart moment. Okay, so it didn't hit your 550 level. Realize that the short is playing out and play it. This one for sure. Then I was waiting for 410. If all we get is 425 or 430, probably accept you're not getting it and hop on the long. Give yourself the short 20, 30 points and take that long for the upside. For whatever reason, not getting triggered. I don't know why. And now I'll probably just end up watching this thing grind up. Just hold the long and just let it play. All right, so I think it's going to be an off day for me. Mentally not there. And it's fine. You're not always going to be nailing it. Sometimes off days can come with significant red. Today, not triggered at all. All right, let's hop on to let's look into some prop firm drama. X always has drama. Maybe let's wake up this way. Somebody's got to be. Ooh. Potential disconnect. Not mentioning names. Top YouTuber disconnecting from Tradeify? Wow. I think that'll be resolved probably by the end of the day. I don't see that being allowed. Woohoo! But big YouTuber disconnecting from Tradeify in terms of affiliation. I think Mr. Brett's going to have to make a decision very quick. But I'm not getting involved in that. Let's see what else. All right, I think that's the big news right now. And that grind long that I refuse to get in. Plain out. All right, let's see what else we got here. Well, it's just these grinds. And I've been honest about it. It's my Achilles heel. I just don't do well with grind. Doesn't excite me. If it continues, I'm going to have to find a way to finally get into scalp mode, maybe rotate accounts. Because I'm so focused on copy trading all of them, maybe I need to rotate until we get out of this scalper's paradise. All right, here we go. Are we going to push for some lower lows here? Or just respecting the channel? Looks like a break. Could be a fake out too. Yeah, PR. For whatever reason, I'm not getting triggered today. Whether it's because of lack of sleep, drained, I don't know. I just have not been triggered on any of these candles. This is not, and I gotta stick to the rules. Did not hit my rules for longer plays. It's a scalper's paradise. I mean, I'm not going to blame the market. There's been moves here for sure. Just different style. See profit, take profit. But it's not usually what I try to do with the open. And I'll probably have to adapt. If we have another couple of days like this, we'll have to get nasty. So it is respecting that channel. It's nasty chop. So you have to enter early and take the 10 points up, 10 points down, 10 points up, 10 points down, as long as you're averaging in and slowly moving up. You got the patience for that? So let's say you're never going to get a low, but let's say you entered at 440. About an hour later, you're up 20 points. That's a hold right there. Or scalp it up and down. Nothing burger for me, guys. I tried, but lost in translation today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. All right. Wow. 3-hour mark. I'm gonna stick to the guns. We didn't hit levels. I usually only trade for the first hour, so now at this point I'm just trying to push a trade or waiting for something, and this is where I get myself in trouble. So no thrill day, no entries, no levels hit. It is what it is. Sometimes you're in sync, sometimes you're not. Thanks for everybody who tuned in. King Caesar, PR, for those of you still connected, appreciate you supporting the channel. Anybody new who's hopped on, if you're enjoying the lack of trades today, do me a favor, smash that like, smash that subscribe button, help me out with the YouTube algo. I'll be back tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Who knows, I might hop on the overnight session today or a little later tonight. But I'm committed to the New York session for now, and I'll be back tomorrow. No trades, flat, missed them all, or didn't miss anything. I don't know. I'll spend some time later taking a look at what happened today. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.